Hi guys, I think I'm live now. Can you see me and can you hear me? If everything is good, please message in the chat. It's been a long time since we have done a live stream. We have done a live stream for CMAT yesterday, but other than that, we haven't been streaming regularly. But I plan to start streaming again quite regularly from now on. As many people know, we are launching a site for GMAT. The link for the site is GMAT Point. And you can take today's test when you go to gmatpoint.com/live. So GMAT Point is something that has been started by Krakow, but this is particularly for students who are preparing for GMAT. The launch of the website will happen in the coming few days, but definitely go here. We'll be starting the test quite soon. So go to gmatpoint.com/live, and we are actually launching a quant course for GMAT in the next 1 week. In addition to that, we are also giving one test every day for free. Similar to Krakow daily targets, where we give one test free for CAT, we are also giving one test completely for free for GMAT every single day. And the place to access it is gmatpoint.com. Guys who are watching this stream, please do like the stream so that more people can join us when we take the stream next time. Let me try to answer some questions, and we'll start the stream in exactly another 5 minutes. Today's stream will be in data sufficiency. As people who are attempting GMAT know, data sufficiency is one of the more trickier concepts in GMAT, and it is not actually present in CAT. In CAT, you won't get any questions in data sufficiency, but it is not very difficult. Once you get a hang of how to answer these kind of questions, you will get most of them correct. You just need to practice a little more. Let me first answer some questions and then we'll go to GMAT. We'll go to the test. Arunachalam Venkatachalam is saying, hi sir. Hi Arunachalam. Anshul is saying, can you suggest which is an easy exam, CAT, ZAT, NMAT or GMAT for moderate and average students? There are two different types of people, I think, who should really focus on GMAT, and the people who are focusing on the other MBA exams. I think there is some overlap for sure, but it also depends on your profile. If you have a lot of years of work ex, by lot I mean if you have say 3 years or 3 years plus, then I think you should seriously consider attempting GMAT. If you are a fresher or if you have say 1 or 2 years work ex, then probably you should focus only on CAT. Now amongst the exams, which is difficult and which is not difficult, again is subjective. It is not an objective opinion, but the advantage with GMAT is that you can take the exam multiple times. In CAT and ZAT and all the other MBA exams, if you don't perform well on that one particular day, then you can't really improve your score. You'll have to wait for an entire year. In GMAT, it is not like that. If you don't perform well on one particular day, after a few weeks, you can again apply and try to improve your score better. So on that level, there won't be as much stress, at least the exam day stress in GMAT, which would be present in CAT. Anshul Pachoria is saying, congrats for CAT 100%. Thanks a lot, Anshul. Weak student and average student should not crack CAT, ZAT and NMAT, should apply for GMAT or not? CAT is very tough compared to others. I would say if you're looking at the quant section, if you're trying to figure out the difficulty level, I think quant of GMAT is definitely easier as compared to quant of say CAT or ZAT or other MBA examinations. At the same time, there are some topics in GMAT which are not really present in CAT. So somebody who is attempting only the Indian MBA exams like CAT and ZAT and other exams, they might not be actually well versed, or they might not have enough practice when it comes to questions like say data sufficiency. So you have to work towards these kind of topics also, which will be missing in CAT. Abhinav Naveen Sinha is saying, I have 1.6 years of work ex, I'm preparing for GMAT. I think that is a very good idea. Everybody, I think, should start preparing for GMAT, because you should take CAT, you should take ZAT, you should take all of these important examinations. But as I was telling you earlier, one of the big advantages that you have with GMAT is that it reduces the stress. You know that on that particular day, even if things don't go well, you will get another shot within a month or within a couple of months. So once you have that at the back of your mind, you will approach these exams also better. Another good thing is that if you score well in GMAT, that score will stay with you for a few years. I think for 5 years, you don't need to appear for GMAT again. That score is valid. So again, that is a very good advantage of preparing for GMAT. Okay guys, people who have just joined us, please do a couple of things. One, please like the stream. Two, we have one dedicated YouTube channel for GMAT. So please subscribe to our GMAT YouTube channel also. That is called GMAT Point by Krakow. For GMAT, we are launching a new site called GMAT Point. So if you want to take part in today's test, please go to gmatpoint.com/live. Once you go to gmatpoint.com/live, like in the Krakow CAT YouTube streams, you will also get the questions for GMAT Point, which will be held today. And the test is going to start in exactly another 3 minutes. Pratik Kotak is saying, I have scored 70 percentile in CAT. What would I be able to score in GMAT? Like I was telling you, GMAT and CAT are two separate examinations. There is an overlap in the topics that are asked, but the percentile calculations or the score that you are going to get will vary. You can't really have a one-on-one correlation that somebody who has scored 70 percentile is going to score this much marks in GMAT. But one of the things that I would tell you is that prepare for GMAT also, especially if you have 2 years plus work ex. Because the point is that once you start preparing for GMAT, you won't have as much stress on the day of the examination of CAT also, because you know that you have a fallback. GMAT, there are many good institutes in India itself, or if you're looking for abroad also, that is fine. But even in India, which accept GMAT scores. We have actually made a video on that about the Indian colleges which accept GMAT scores. That I think has been uploaded in the GMAT Point YouTube channel, which accept GMAT scores. You should definitely check it out. Ari Agarwal is saying, why shouldn't freshers apply for GMAT? Most of the colleges which actually accept GMAT scores also have some sort of a restriction or a criteria saying that if you want to do MBA, then you should have a particular amount of work experience. That work experience typically is around 3 years. But if you're a fresher and if you're considering applying for GMAT, again, that is not a bad idea, because if you score well in GMAT, that score is valid for 5 years. So if you, even if you're a fresher, if you score well in GMAT, that one thing is completely done. Then you can work on your profile, then you can work on your applications after gaining work experience of say 2-3 years. So there is nothing which is stopping a fresher from attempting GMAT. But it is very important for students with work experience to definitely consider taking GMAT. So that I think is the subtlety that people should notice. Zalkan is saying, how to prepare for GMAT? Please tell which course to join. We are launching one quant course for GMAT. We will be launching this comprehensive quant course for GMAT next week. So definitely do check out gmatpoint.com/live. We will be launching the quant course in the next 1 week. Please go to gmatpoint.com/live. The test is going to start very, very soon. And in my opinion, this is a very important stream, especially for students who are trying to figure out what are the kind of questions that are asked in GMAT. The big difference between GMAT and CAT, like I was telling you earlier, is with respect to data sufficiency. So if you score well in data sufficiency, if you get a good handle on this, then there is nothing which is stopping you from doing extremely well in GMAT. Okay, let us start the test, and after that I'll continue answering the questions. Guys who have just joined the stream, please do these 3 things. First, please like the stream. Second, please subscribe to the GMAT Point YouTube channel. We have a separate YouTube channel for GMAT Point, so please do subscribe to it. There are very useful videos with respect to GMAT which are uploaded in that particular YouTube channel. And go to gmatpoint.com/live. If you are having any issues in going to gmatpoint.com/live, let us know in the comments section. We'll try to answer it. Otherwise, please go to gmatpoint.com/live, and we'll start the test very, very shortly. This is the first test. First question. Amandeep Singh is saying, can one cope with GMAT prep and work? I think you can definitely cope with GMAT prep and work. Like I was telling you earlier, preparing for GMAT along with work experience is definitely easier as compared to CAT for a couple of reasons. One thing is the people who are taking GMAT overwhelmingly have work experience. So you know that you are not in a separate boat. There are no freshers at least there are not a lot of freshers who actually attempt GMAT. So you know that everybody else who's actually taking GMAT is also working. So that ensures that you don't feel any sort of nervousness or stress that somebody else is preparing very hard. The second thing is you can also, because the syllabus, even though it is slightly vast, there are enough resources for you to focus on and ensure that you can work as well as prepare on a day-to-day basis. The third thing is that GMAT you can take at any time. So in CAT, in the case of CAT, you will have to take CAT only in November when the examination is actually held all across the country. But GMAT point, if for whatever reason, if there is a heavy workload for you in a month, then you can postpone your GMAT examination to a month where you don't have as much work. So you can, there is a lot of flexibility in when you take GMAT. So this is why I think if you are working, you can definitely take GMAT. Mahesh Kumar is saying, what would be the approximate price of the course? Because this is the first course we are launching, we are actually pricing it very, very low. We will let you know the actual price once it is finalized and once the course is actually launched. We'll let you know all the details of the course, what all are present. There will be a lot of concept videos, there will be a lot of question videos. There will also be a lot of question bank similar to Kraku's CAT study room. We'll let you know all the details within a week. We'll be launching the course very, very soon, and then we'll let you know all the details. So let us try to answer this question. In this question, we are told that the number of students in a classroom is of the form 6 into n, that is, it is a multiple of 6, where n is a positive integer. We are told that a test was conducted for all the students, and had the students received A plus B marks more, then they would have actually, what would have been the numerical increase in the class average per test. So there are a bunch of students who have actually taken this test. The number of students is 6 into n. But we are told that if each one of them, instead of scoring the marks that they have scored A plus B marks more, then what would be the increase in the class average? Essentially what we are asked to calculate is A plus B. What is the value of A plus B? So in data sufficiency, let us try to answer this question with the first statement alone. And then we'll try to answer this question with the second statement alone. If you are not able to answer the statement, the question using each of these two statements, then we'll combine both the statements and then try to answer this question. In the first statement, we are told that when 1/3 of the class has an increase of A and 2/3 has an increase of B, the mean increased by 7 marks. So we are told that for 1/3, the increase is A, and for 2/3, the increase is B. This we are told results in the average being increased by 7. Or essentially what we are being told is that A plus 2B is equal to 21. But using this one equation, we can't find out the value of A plus B. A and B can be separate numbers, and we have only one equation and two unknowns. So using the first statement alone, we can't answer this question. Let us use the second statement alone. The second statement says that when half of the class has an increase of A by 2, that is half into A by 2, and the other half has an increase of B by 2, so plus half into B by 2. This we are told results in an increase in the average by 3 marks. So this is equal to 3. Or essentially what we are told is that A plus B is equal to 12. What we are required to calculate is the value of A plus B. Even using the second statement, we can't calculate the value of A and B separately, but what we are required to calculate is the value of A plus B, which can be calculated using the second statement alone. So the correct answer is that statement 2 alone is sufficient, but statement 1 alone is not sufficient. So let us now look at the next question. People who are watching this stream, please do like this stream. If you are looking to check out the GMAT daily targets, which will be very similar to the CAT daily targets, please do check out gmatpoint.com. The next thing that I would request you to do is please do subscribe to our GMAT YouTube channel. We have created a new YouTube channel for just GMAT, so definitely please do check it out. If you have any doubts with respect to how to prepare for CAT or GMAT, please do let us know. Praveen Tirumurthy is saying, sir, I had received shortlist mail from IIM Kashipur for MBA in Business Analytics at 59 percentile. What should I do now? I would recommend, if you are getting any shortlist, definitely prepare for the interview, because whether you join or not is secondary. If you prepare for the interviews, you will feel you'll gain a lot of experience which will be useful for you later on. So definitely prepare well. Nigam Yadav is saying, nice t-shirt, sir. Yeah, this is a t-shirt for GMAT Point. This is the website that we are going to launch very shortly. Okay, let us try to answer this question. In this question, we are told that we are required to calculate the perimeter of ABC. What we are given is that ABC is a triangle which has integer sides. Let us again look at the first statement and the second statement separately. This is the first statement and this is the second statement. AB is equal to the product of the smallest prime number. What is the smallest prime number? It is 2. We are told that second smallest prime number. So the second smallest prime number is 3. And the smallest composite number. The smallest composite number is 4. So the first statement essentially tells us that AB is equal to 12. So this would imply that there is a triangle such that there is A and there is B and this length is 12. Using this, we clearly can't calculate the perimeter of ABC because we don't know the lengths of the remaining two sides. We don't know the length of BC and AC. So statement 1 alone is not sufficient to answer this question. If you are looking at statement 2 alone, we are told that BC is equal to 7 units. So this is BC, this is B and this is C, and BC is equal to 7 units and it is not the smallest side. Again, using the second statement alone, we can't really calculate the perimeter of ABC because the lengths of AB and AC can be anything. One of them can be very low if this is A and we are using only the second statement. An example is that AB can be 10 and AC can be 3. AC can be say 4. Or AB can be 11 and AC can be 5. Anything is possible. So using the second statement alone also we can't calculate the perimeter of ABC. But if you are using both statement 1 and statement 2 together, now we have AB which is equal to 12. We have BC which is equal to 7 and we don't know the length of AC. Let us say that this is equal to A. But what we are told is that BC which is equal to 7 units is not the smallest side. So this would imply that A is definitely less than 7. All of them are integers, so the value of a is either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. But you should note that in a triangle, the sum of the lengths of two sides is always greater than the length of the third side. So in this particular case, 7 plus a has to be greater than 12. If 7 plus a is greater than 12, the value of a is greater than 5. So a is greater than 5 and a is less than 7. This would imply that a has to equal 6. That is the only possibility. So if a is equal to 6, now we know the lengths of the three sides. We know that the perimeter will be 12 plus 7 plus 6, which is equal to 25 units. This we are able to calculate only after using both the statements together, and this question can be answered using both the statements together and not by using any one of the two statements alone. Let us now look at the next question. Pooja Naik is saying hello sir. Hi Pooja. Anshul saying I did not crack CAT, ZAT, NMAT in India. Very tough fight competition. So I think I should give GMAT or not. I have 1.5 years work ex. You should definitely consider that. That is actually not a bad reason. There are many people who actually take GMAT from India because the number of seats in India is lesser and there is a lot of competition. So if you are looking to do MBA abroad, you should definitely take GMAT. Even if you are looking to do MBA in some of the colleges in India, you should take GMAT. We have done a video which we have uploaded on our GMAT YouTube channel, where we explain the Indian colleges which actually accept GMAT. So if you are having around 1.5 years or 2 years of work experience, I think this is the right time for you to start preparing for GMAT and actually take it, because once you cross 3 years of work experience, then GMAT becomes very attractive. Tarun Reddy is doing quite well. Okay, let us try to answer this question. In this question, what we are required to calculate is which circle has the largest circumference. Is it A or B? There is a chord of length x in both the circles A and B. So essentially what we are required to calculate is the radius of A greater or is the radius of B greater? This is what we are required to calculate. Again, let us look at both the statements. Let us look at the first statement separately and let us look at the second statement separately. The first statement says that the chord x in A is at a distance of 3 units from the center. So we have two circles. This is A and this is B. Both of them have a chord of length x. So this is of length x. This is also of length x. In the first case, we are told that the distance from the center is 3 units. And in the second case, we are told that the distance from the center is 5 units. So this is 3. This is circle A. This is circle B. And this is 5. We know that in any circle, if you are joining the center to the midpoint of the chord, it will be perpendicular. Or essentially, if you are asked to calculate the distance of a chord from the center of a circle, when you are drawing a perpendicular to the chord, that will bisect the chord. So if this is O and if this point is say D, and if this point is say C, this will be equal to x by 2, because the line joining the center and the perpendicular from the center to any chord bisects the chord. So now we know the length of OC. The length of OC, because this is now a right angle triangle ODC, this is equal to square root of x by 2 whole square, which is x squared by 4 plus 9. This is equal to the radius of A. Similarly, in B, the perpendicular from the center will bisect the chord. So again, this length will be equal to x by 2, and therefore the radius of B can be calculated in a very similar way, because again this is a right angle triangle where one side is 5 and the other side is x by 2. So the hypotenuse will be equal to square root of x square by 4 plus 25. This is the radius of B. Now we don't know the value of x, but what we know for sure is radius of B will definitely be greater than radius of A. How can we say that? Because the radius of B is x square by 4 plus 25, square root of that, and radius of A is x square by 4 plus just 9. In B we have 25. So using the first statement, we can confirm that radius of B is greater than radius of A. Therefore the circumference of B will be greater than circumference of A. Or essentially this question can be answered using statement 1 alone. If you are using statement 2 alone, again we have two circles, both of them have a chord of length x. Here we are given the length of x. We are told that x is equal to 12 units. But just by knowing the length of the chord, we can't really comment on whether the radius of the first circle is greater or the radius of the second circle is greater. So this question cannot be answered using statement 2 alone. Therefore, this question can be answered using statement 1 alone, but not by using statement 2 alone. Let us now look at the next question. We have close to 25 people who are watching this stream live. Guys, please do like this stream, and please do subscribe to our GMAT Point channel on YouTube. We have uploaded a lot of very useful videos for GMAT. So I would request you to definitely subscribe to our GMAT Point YouTube channel as well. Shivam Bhutan is saying, I have 3 years of work ex, got 78% in CAT. Should I repeat or take college now? Please guide. 3 years of work ex is not a lot of work ex. It is definitely work ex which is optimum. So if you are having 1 more year of work ex, it is not something that you should be terrified about. 3 years, 4 years is quite okay, especially with time. The work experience in even the good Indian MBA institutes is increasing. Earlier, like 10-15 years back, there used to be a lot of freshers and a lot of people with 1 year work ex, but now that percentage is decreasing. So you should not be very worried that you have 3 years of work ex. Having said that, if you have 3 years of work ex, you should definitely consider taking GMAT, because GMAT will give you more opportunity to do MBA from many other colleges. In general, what I would suggest is, if you are not sure about whether the college is good or not good, then you shouldn't join that college, because there is not a lot of things that you are going to learn or you are going to gain by going to an institute which you are not very happy about. In this question, we are told that there is a cuboid of equal length and breadth and a cylinder are kept on a table. We are required to calculate which of them has a higher volume. What is the volume of a cuboid? The volume of a cuboid is equal to L into B into H. We are told that the length and the breadth is the same. So the volume of this particular cuboid will be L square into H. What is the volume of a cylinder? the volume of a cylinder is equal to pi into r square into h. In order to avoid any confusion, let us assume that the height of the cuboid is h1 and the height of the cylinder is h2. What we are required to calculate is L square into h1 greater or is pi into r square into h2 greater? So we need some comparison between L, h1, r and h2. Let us look at both the statements separately. Here we have the first statement and here we have the second statement. The first statement says that both of them have the same height. That is, the value of h1 is equal to the value of h2. What this would imply is that the volume of the cuboid is L square into h and the volume of the cylinder is pi r square h. But again, using this alone, we can't determine whether the first one is greater or both of them are equal or the second one is greater, because we don't know how to compare L and R. So the first statement alone is not sufficient to answer this question. If you're looking at the second statement alone, we are told that when the cylinder is picked up and kept on top of the cuboid without changing the vertical alignment, it just hides the cuboid from above. Essentially what we are told is that if there is a cylinder like this, then it just about circumscribes the cylinder. It just about circumscribes the cuboid, because this is how the cuboid is actually kept. Because when you're keeping a cylinder on top of the cuboid is just about not visible. Now in this particular case, we can get an idea about the length and the radius of the cuboid. Here we know that the diameter of the circle is equal to the diagonal of the square, or essentially 2r, which is the diameter of the circle, will be equal to L root 2, or the value of L is equal to r into root 2. Therefore, the value of L square h will be equal to 2r square h. This is the volume of the cuboid. And what is the volume of the cylinder? It is pi r square h. So again, using just the second statement, we can't infer the relationship between the volume of the cuboid and the cylinder, but knowing that the heights are the same, now we can infer that the volume of the cuboid is actually less than the volume of the cylinder. So this question cannot be answered using both of these statements alone, but if you are combining both of the statements, then we can answer this question. So the correct answer is option C. Let us now look at the next question. Okay, let us try to answer this question. We are told that the percentage discount offered on an item is the same as the percentage earned after selling. So if you are assuming that the percentage discount is D percent, this we are told is equal to P percent, that is the profit. Let us assume that this is equal to X. Let us assume that the cost price of the article is equal to C. So what is the selling price? Selling price will be equal to C into 1 plus X. So what is the mark price? The mark price will be equal to selling price divided by 1 minus discount percentage. So this will be C into 1 plus X divided by 1 minus X. Therefore, the markup percentage, which is equal to markup minus cost price divided by cost price, this is the markup percentage, will be equal to 1 plus X divided by 1 minus X minus 1. This will be equal to 2X divided by 1 minus X. We are asked to calculate this value, that is, we are asked to calculate the value of 2X divided by 1 minus X. Let us look at both the statements. The first statement says that the total discount on the item was 100 rupees. We are given the discount. Remember that we are not given the discount percentage. So if we are given the discount, we can't really infer anything about the discount percentage, because the discount percentage depends both on the discount as well as on the mark price. Only then can we really say anything about the discount percentage. So clearly, using statement 1 alone, we can't answer this question. If you are looking at statement 2 alone, we are told that the profit earned on the item was 10%. So here we are told that P percentage in the first equation, which is equal to X, is equal to 10%, which is equal to 0.1. Using this one statement alone, we can calculate the markup percentage. That will be equal to 2X, which is 0.2, divided by 1 minus X, so that is 0.9, or this is equal to 22.22%. So this question can be answered using statement 2 alone, but not by using statement 1 alone. So the correct answer is option B. Let us now look at the next question. If you have any doubts with respect to preparing for either CAT or the upcoming interviews or GMAT, please do let us know in the chat. Anto Michael is saying, can you give me some tips about preparing for TestNet? I am still in my first year UG. I think if you are in your undergraduation, especially in your first year of undergraduation, I would recommend that you focus on your undergraduation. Try to keep your grades high, because these examinations can easily be cracked if you just prepare for a few months. If you prepare for around 6 to 8 months, most of these MBA examinations you can do quite well. But your grades are very important for you in the long term. Even to get admission into a good MBA institutes, your undergraduate GPA matters quite a lot. So focus on that right now. Soumyadeep is saying daily targets are awesome. Thanks for that. Thanks a lot, Soumyadeep. Like I mentioned earlier, we are giving one test for free every single day for GMAT. One daily test for GMAT. You can check it out when you go to gmatpoint.com. And please do subscribe to our YouTube channel for GMAT. We have a separate channel which is dedicated to GMAT. So subscribe to our GMAT YouTube channel. In this question, we are told that what is the value of x if x is an integer that belongs to the data set. We are given the data set. The data set is 9, 7, 16, 18, 33, 25 and x. We are given two statements. Let us first look at the first statement and then let us look at the second statement. The first statement says that x is the median of this distribution. If you are arranging all the numbers other than x in ascending order, they will be 7, 9, 16, 18, 25 and 33, and then we have x. We are told that x is the median. So if x is the median, it has to be in the exact center. So it has to be between 16 and 18. If x is lying between 16 and 18, it would imply, because we know that x is an integer, that the value of x has to equal 17. So therefore, we can answer this question using statement 1 alone. If you are using statement 2 alone, we are told that x is the mode of the distribution. If x is the mode of the distribution, then, because again when you are arranging all of these numbers according to the frequency with which they appear, all of these numbers are actually distinct. So we have 7, 9, 16, 18, 25 and 33, and if x is equal to 7, then this will be the mode. If x is equal to 9, then because 9 is repeated 2 times, that will be the mode, and so on. Whichever value x is taking among 7, 9, 16, 18 and 25 and 33, that will become the mode. So using second statement alone, we can't figure out the value of x. So this question can be answered using statement 1 alone, but not by using statement 2 alone. Let us now look at the next question. Anshul Pachoria is saying, sir, for Indian students, GMAT accept for IIM or IIT. We have made a list of the GMAT, the colleges which actually accept GMAT. It is there on our GMAT Point YouTube channel. We'll post the link for that video in the chat also. You should definitely check it out. It's a very detailed video, and we have also written a very detailed blog about the colleges, the Indian colleges which accept GMAT. We have close to 47 likes for this video. Please try to get it to 50 likes before the video ends, because it will be very motivating to us. We just need another 3 likes, so please guys do like this stream. Arunachalam Venkatachalam is saying, sir, I enrolled to CAT 2022 batch. Is GMAT free for me? We are not so sure, Arunachalam. You will get access to all our CAT material, but GMAT is a separate course. It's a separate website. So I'm not so sure it will be free for you. Okay, let us try to answer this question. Here we are told that we are asked to calculate what is the discount offered on an item whose price was initially marked up by a certain percentage. So we are asked to calculate the discount. Let us look at both the statements. The first statement says that the item was marked up by 25%. So the markup percentage is equal to 25%. And in the second case, we are told that the price of the item after discount was the same as its cost price. So here we are told that the cost price is equal to the selling price. If you are assuming that the cost price is equal to C, clearly using just the first statement we can't answer this question, and we can't answer this question using the second statement alone, because we don't have any information about the mark price in the second statement and we don't have any information about the cost price in the first statement. But if you are combining both of these statements, if you are assuming that the cost price is C, then the selling price will also be equal to C and the marked price will be equal to 1.25 C. So now you can actually identify that the discount is equal to 0.25 C, and therefore the discount percentage will be 0.25 C divided by 1.25 C into 100, which is equal to 20%. So this question can be answered using both the statements together, but not by using any one of the two statements alone. I hope that you have liked this stream, and if you are having any suggestions or any queries, or you can feel free to comment below this video. Thanks for tuning in. Please do like this video.